China's hidden camps. What's happened to the vanished Uyghurs of Xinjiang? These details are from BBC News by John Sutworth. China stands accused of locking up hundreds of thousands of Muslims without trial in its western region of Xinjiang. The government denies the claims, saying people are willingly attending special vocational schools which combat terrorism and religious extremism. Now a BBC investigation has found important new evidence of the reality. On July 12, 2015, a satellite swung over the rolling deserts and oasis cities of China's vast far west. One of the images it captured that day just shows a patch of empty, untouched, ashen gray sand. It seems an unlikely place to start an investigation into one of the most pressing human rights concerns of our age. But less than 3 years later, on April 22, 2018, a satellite photo of that same piece of desert showed something new. A massive, highly secure compound had materialized from nothing in less than 3 years. It is enclosed with a 2 km long exterior wall punctuated by 16 guard towers. The first reports that China was operating a system of internment camps for Muslims in Xinjiang began to emerge last year. The satellite photograph was discovered by researchers looking for evidence of that system on the global mapping software, Google Earth. It places the site just outside the small town of Dabancheng, about an hour's drive from the provincial capital, Urumqi. To try to avoid the suffocating police scrutiny that awaits every visiting journalist, we land at Urumqi airport in the early hours of the morning. But by the time we arrive in Dabancheng, we're being followed by at least 5 cars, containing an assortment of uniformed and plainclothes police officers and government officials. It's already clear that our plan to visit a dozen suspected camps over the course of the next few days is not going to be easy. As we drive up the wide approach road, we know that sooner or later the convoy behind is going to try to stop us. While still a few hundred meters away, we see something unexpected. The wide expanse of dusty ground, shown on the satellite image to the east of the site, is empty no more. In its place, a huge extension project is taking shape. Like a mini-city sprouting from the desert and bristling with cranes, are row upon row of giant, gray buildings, all of them 4 stories high. With our cameras rolling, we try to capture the extent of the construction, but before we can go much further, one of the police cars swings into action. Our car is stopped, we're told to turn off the cameras and to leave. But we've discovered something of significance, a huge amount of extra activity that has so far gone unnoticed by the outside world. In remote parts of the world, Google Earth images can take months or years to update. Other public sources of satellite photography, however, like the European Space Agency's Sentinel database, provide much more frequent images, although they're of a much lower resolution. It is here that we find what we are looking for. An October 2018 Sentinel image shows just how much the site has grown compared with what we'd expected to see. What we suspected to be a big internment camp, now looks like an enormous one. And it is just one of many similar, large prison-type structures that have been built across Xinjiang in the past few years. Before our attempt to visit the site, we'd stopped in the center of Dabancheng. It was impossible to speak openly to anyone. Minders lurked menacingly close by and would aggressively debrief anyone who even exchanged a greeting with us. Instead, we telephoned random numbers in the town. What was this large complex with its 16 watchtowers that the authorities were so desperate to stop us filming? It's a re-education school, one hotelier told us. Yes, that's a re-education school, another shopkeeper agreed. There are tens of thousands of people there now. They have some problems with their thoughts. This giant facility would of course fit no objective definition of a school. In Xinjiang, going to school has come to take on a meaning all of its own. Okay. Thanks for watching. We will meet up with next video by investigating actually what happened in here in China. So that subscribe the channel, then you can see more videos like this. Thank you.